Yo, I'm begging y'all, man. I'm begging y'all. Listen, Meek and me are friends, but obviously I don't give advice to him. But if anyone knows Meek Mill in real life, could y'all do me the biggest favor? Could you get him to ask all these questions he keeps putting on his story in the group chats he's in? Every time I read Meek trying to be ambitious and trying to do business and trying to do better business, it all tells me that Meek is friends with billionaires for the wrong reasons. Like, in theory, even when I see a little baby, I'm like, you know what? You can't really knock them too much. Everybody always say if you hang with 4 billionaires, you're going to be the fifth, right? You ever heard that? Like, if you hang with 3 millionaires, you're going to be the fourth. The more Meek hangs with these guys, it almost feels like they've added zero resources to his life. For example, Meek today, randomly, has tweeted out or put on a story, I need 3 new business lawyers, preferably ones that not in the music industry. Only that's a turnoff. Now, let me just stop there. You're friends with 2 of the biggest business people in the world. That's not in the music business. This sounds like a question you should ask your friends. Yo, Michael Rubin, I need a lawyer. Who's your business lawyer? Let me see if they got a recommendation, or maybe they're a part of a firm. Robert Kraft, yo, I want a business lawyer, but I don't want one in music. You're in football and everywhere else, but not music. Let me get your business lawyer. How is this not happening? So he continues by saying, just good lawyers that know how to cut all types of deals followed my agenda. Most of these guys are tied together and want to take intellectual property very serious. Now I own 100%. Oh, I want to take my intellectual property very serious. Now I own 100%. All my high-level business friends throw me lawyers that's in different fields, but ones I can still use to defeat these petty contracts to actually get our worth. Meek might be the first nigga who's hung around billionaires from Jay-Z, Robert Kraft, Michael Rubin. He's played tennis ball with them, racquetball, golf, patty cake, skip rope. He's even played, shit, at this point, he's played rock, paper, scissors, shoot with these niggas. But they have never offered him any tangible help with his businesses. Remember when I was telling y'all that these billionaires aren't hanging with Meek and Lil Baby for no reason? They're not lacking in friends. They're hanging with these guys because they know these guys have cultural equity. And when they need to promote something or seem less racist or just kind of seem a little bit more cool, they could tap into these guys because these guys are just notorious in hip hop for being the streets, for being the inner city. They're extracting their value. The only value I could imagine that these guys could possibly give to Meek Mill or Lil Baby would be stone hard cash or connects that they could get in higher positions. Meek is on Instagram like this is Facebook Marketplace, asking for 3 new business lawyers, like a bum ass nigga asking if he could buy a puppy on Facebook Marketplace. Come on. Something got to give. Somebody help Meek Mill. No bullshit. What Meek has been saying, I agree with. Here's my frustration. Everything Meek has said about the music industry is right. Now, granted, most people accept that that's the reality, and because they're making millions or they're hot, they ignore it. They're going to get their money. They know that, they're probably getting taken advantage of in their deals or whatever. It's what it is. Meek now has this awakening, this enlightening that says these guys are robbing him, and he says he wouldn't allow people to rob him in the streets. Here's my thing. If Meek feel like he's figured out the Krabby Patty formula to the music business, and this is why every time I read what he's saying, I'm like, I think Meek is talking, but I don't think he's serious. Meek, if I'm you, this is what I do. I'll give the formula. Brother, how about you sign a record contract? Or actually, how about you do a distribution deal? Or how about you just get a loan from your homies, man? Both of them, they're billionaires. One give you 15, the other give you 15 for 2 projects. You're not funded by labels here. Here's the reality about label money. When you get a loan from a bank for a car, you could pay, sometimes the interest rate could be high. If you get a mortgage, which you pay over 30 years, people usually want under 10%. I think about like 4 to 7% is good. So for every $1 million you borrow, over a period of time, when as the money, the interest compounds, you're going to be paying back, and this is a luxury you get for paying back or for borrowing the money, you're going to be paying back the money plus 7%, right? So what's 7% of $1 million? $1,070,000, right? Now, if you want to compare it to a record deal is the worst type of loan possible. It's the worst. A record deal, number one, there is no, hey, we're going to only kind of take our interest on what we are lending you, because everything in a record deal is a loan. So when you hear these niggas say they're signing even Drake, him signing a $600 million record deal, that's a $600 million loan. Now, granted, him doing that, and he's hot, he knows he's going to recoup that money really quick, and he's definitely going to recoup, so he's not going to be in debt for perpetuity, and he's going to get offered a new deal that's probably more. But a lot of artists, especially at their peak, they get offered a deal they could never recoup. Because at your peak, again, it's your peak. It's only down from there, right? Now when the money that you have been fronted doesn't equal the money that you have recouped or the money you're bringing back in, the labels usually play the game that is not played, for example, with a car loan or a mortgage. With a car loan or a mortgage, the mortgage usually you have to pay back in 30 years. That's about standard. A car loan, most times it'll be like 5 years. If you can't pay it back in 5 years, right, before you even get to that point, they're probably going to try to repo that car. They're going to try to do other things to try to salvage their losses. In the music business, they give you $30 million. Like, for example, you want to use Trippie Redd? Let's use Trippie Redd. Trippie Redd says he got $30 million. I seen like either his manager or somebody was like, he got $30 million for 3 albums. Okay, cool. Here's the thing about and the difference between a record deal and a car loan or a bank loan for a mortgage. The time to recoup that money is forever. It's forever. Now, not only that, the contract isn't 30 years or 5 years like a car loan or a mortgage. It could be extended 20 different ways. I.e. Meg Thee Stallion with Carl, is it Thomas? No, Carl, I forgot what his name is. You know how you do it? Well, we're not approving any more albums right now. We're going to tell you to go do a mixtape. We're going to tell you to go do some other shit while we're recouping. Or actually, maybe we just don't approve a budget for your new project, so you're just sitting in limbo. By the way, they're still collecting residuals on your money. right? They're just not allowing you to complete the record contract because they don't want you to leave that record deal and bring your value elsewhere while they're still collecting money. So, let's get back to Meek. Yes, a deal from Atlantic, a deal from any of these companies are horrible. But that's why I said it's great to have billionaire friends. If you are a young kid in the industry, let me tell you how you could just dominate this whole shit. And Meek, if you're watching me, tell me if I'm lying. I'm telling you. If you had a nigga willing to front you $5 million, which, by the way, listen, if your music even gets marginal hot, a label's coming to you way before that, right? Now, granted, I'm going over the top. You don't need $5 million. But you definitely need to be funded, right? You need to travel, studio time, videos. You need to be able to move around a bit like an artist to make associations like artists. You need also marketing dollars. Yes, you're going to have a little budget to throw at a blog or throw at a nigga for a shout out. Yes, that's part of marketing. Cool. But in reality, all you technically need, and this is why labels these days are just a bad option if you have these connects, you need someone who could deal with Spotify, Apple Music, and then could deal with Live Nation. Spotify, Apple, Amazon, those are streaming. So you need someone with pull enough that could get you on those playlists, right? So now your shit's in the playlist, your shit's right next to all the other hot niggas. Fans are dick riders. They see your shit next to other people. They think you're hot too, whatever. Cool, you need to start doing shows. Rolling Loud, as much as you think Rolling Loud is thinking out of the box, they usually go, I think Rolling Loud is owned by Live Nation. Rolling Loud, right, literally goes to Live Nation and says, show us everybody who has sold tickets. Okay, great, we want this person, this person, this person. They go right with Live Nation. That's how it goes. Okay? So you want somebody who could get you in Live Nation, get you to do a few shows, kind of show Live Nation that, you're kind of popping a bit. That'll get you on Rolling Loud. That'll get you around some people. You're also going to have to network a bit. You can't be the antisocial weirdo nigga unless your music that's hot. You want to do some collabs. You might need to have a budget at first. You might need to throw, who knows? Throw Sexy Red at 25 bands or 50 bands. Get her on your remix. Get your shit even more popping. You're playing the marketing game. That 50K, that's marketing. But the intangible and priceless shit is the people to deal with the DSPs and also radio. Yes, you still do need radio. You still do need radio. Again, you want your shit being played at least on local radio. Why? Those BDS spins still affects Billboard. Still affects these point systems when people get these charts and they're trying to figure out what's hot. How do you get that done? You might have to give a nigga a little brown paper bag, 80 grand. Yo, work my song on radio. You know what that nigga might say? Yo, bruh, I might get some of the mixed DJs on like Hot 97 or Power to play, but they're not going to play it in the morning on no Breakfast Club shit because they play rotation music. Maybe I get a couple DJs, I'm going to slide them a little 2000 hair. They'll play that noon once or twice, but shit, you're going to get in the mix. You have some bitches making videos to it. That's how it go. What I'm describing to you is how much money matters. This is what labels use the money that's in your deal for. Yes, except they have it all set up. Now, you're going to have a business manager too. Got to know where the money's going, this and third, keep a good whatever. You're going to have promo guys. You got to be a little networker too. Most rappers don't have that complete package. That's why 99% of rappers sign to a label. And I don't say they shouldn't. They should, because it's so difficult to come in with the understanding of the game, meet people enough with the pull and resources and connects of the game to just stay independent. Now, let's get back to the deal. So this is what your label's doing for you. Let me tell you the truth. a record label in 2023, go listen to Russ, he says the same thing. All they do is outsource everything they used to do in-house. They don't know how to market. Hey, could you call up the agency who basically just hands Akademiks a blank check every quarter? Yeah, that agency calls up and be like, yo, hey, shit, Akademiks, we work with Akademiks, whatever. Shit, your little artist who was irrelevant, he's on Akademiks, that nigga's popping. Oh, okay, all right. They outsourced it. I'm giving you the game. See, this shit I should be charging for, low key. But I'm only saying this in the context of Meek. Because if I know this game here, and Meek, you've been in the game so long, why does this seem so difficult for you? So let me tell you what Meek should be doing. Meek's still a nigga who wants to be a big dog. What I say a big dog is, you want to sell 100K first week. You know what Meek needs? Now, here's the funny thing too. Meek actually don't need these niggas. But here's the thing. The first thing they teach you about in business, anybody here follow business or got some business sense? They always say, even if it's your company, use their money. Use the investor's money. Use the bank's money. Use someone else's money that's fronted it. Don't use what's in your pocket. So in reality, Meek, you've been talking about these rollies and chains and all these houses. You just sold some houses to Ross and all this stuff, and you're so rich and damn. If you believe in your shit because you say you're down to bet $1 million that you're going to come back, how about you take, I'm going to assume you have it. Let's not even say 30. Take 20 million. And you start doing what the label is doing. You could exactly do that. How could you do it? Now, granted, I'm still simplifying, even though I'm getting in depth a little bit, because here's the thing. If you come in independent and you're not connected to nobody, niggas don't want to, like, the labels and other people start trying to block you. For example, Tory went independent for a while. When he was trying to get features, even though he had the money, because he wasn't connected to certain labels, the labels was like, yo, we're not trying to get an indie nigga hot type shit. You feel me? The labels would rather their artists work with another nigga from the label, not an indie artist. So you're going to have those things. So I am simplifying a little bit. But what I'm trying to say is that you're Meek Mill. You're a legend in the game. I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, so I grind like that, to shine like this in the back. But come on. So this is how you bet on yourself? You got a pen? You got a pad? Tell you right now. We're going to say Meek is going to drop 2 to 3 projects in the next, let's say 3 in the next 4 years. 3 projects, 1 mixtape. Maybe another mixtape, but he'll just be rapping over beats or doing freestyles. He's just going to keep the hotness. $20 million. Now, you might be like, damn, Ak, you're acting like $20 million is cheap. I'm only telling you $20 million because Meek Mill doesn't want to come out and sell 20,000. He wants to still be a big dog. Remember, you got to pay for all this shit. You ain't a big dog if you're not spending big dog currency. Now, if you want to come out and do 30K, you want 30K? All right, 30K, 10 milli. 10 milli, we get you 30. Yes. 10 milli, that's it. But remember, big dog status. Cool. Meek, you take that money. You're going to start allocating that, what you need. If you ask me, $1.5 million for each project going to promo, marketing. I seen the marketing for that last project you had. The most marketing I seen was those billboards in Miami. I seen it. They look good. but they were only in Miami, brother. You got to put some real market into the thing. Here's the thing too, Meek. You're going to have to spend a little bit more, and this would be in our mean. Remember, I'm the guy who's controlling. This would be in our mean. Yo, Meek, listen. All these blogs love posting you to make fun of you. You seem unlikable. We need to change that perception. We're going to start seeding shit that's going to make you look like real nigga or cool or whatever, but we're going to flood that shit. Meek saves a nigga who was about to crash out in his hood. Oh, shit. People start looking at him different, like, damn. Yo, Meek a real one. We going to get all that done. Take money, though. It takes money. We going to get you all on the billboards. Every time niggas watch, oh, who's hot now? Oh, the girls are popping. Every time somebody's watching a Sexy Red video, before they could go to the next, because they got auto next on, a Meek Mill song plays. Yes, we're buying ads. Oh, wait. Oh, don't let Nicki fool y'all. Don't let Nicki Minaj fool y'all. You're going to have to pay for ads. Yes, I'm giving you the business plan. So really, if you don't know what I'm trying to say is that, Meek, all you need is the money and you're friends with billionaires. Is this connecting? You only need money. You're friends with billionaires. You could go right around the labels. You're Meek Mill. You're going to have an easier time than Joe Schmo because he doesn't know some of the people to do some of the things. So we got that amount of money. Here's the thing. Matter of fact, we might have to increase that marketing budget because we got to come out big. Drake got to owe you a favor by now, right? Remember, this is our made-up label. Our label is just the money. Every label is just a bank. I'm telling you. So we're saying, yo, Meek, we need 3 singles. We know you rap your ass off. We need 3 singles. Could you get some with Chris Brown? Could you get some? Oh, Nicki, all right, that won't work. Okay, you and Drake, get some with Drake. You, Future, Rod Wave. You, Future, a little bit. Let's make the combos. We need 3 singles that we're going to work. We're hoping one is the smash. But we need 3 singles. Remember, we're going to have Meek back in big dog status selling 100K. Somebody said 3 singles is a lot for an outdated Meek. Bruh, listen, I'm just telling you, again, I know what position he's in, but put it like this. As much as I told my outdated Meek, why do you think DJ Khaled keeps selling? Yo, DJ Khaled's damn near buying themselves. That nigga spent so much fucking money. By the time DJ Khaled is done cutting checks, my nigga, it's going to take his ass 2 years to recoup on that fucking album. Well, maybe he sweet talks a bunch of niggas like, you know, we ain't the best, Khaled. Like, maybe they're like, all right, bro, won't charge you 100, give me 20. Like, maybe that. But, bruh, the point I'm trying to say is that there's mad niggas in the game that, like, kind of when their album comes out, it's manufactured by money. That's how it goes. I guess the point what I'm trying to say is that, Meek, you can own everything. This is how we're going to do the deal. You tell your billionaire friends this. You tell them this. Remember, they're billionaires. I know they got you bunny hopping for little and nothing, but they're billionaires. They're the motherfuckers, I would imagine, that invest $100 million and isn't looking for a return the next year. By the way, that's why record labels win. Record labels will wait till you die to recoup, but they'll recoup. They not rushing you. Oh, no, it's fine. You know, technically, by the way, I've had people sign deals, and I've signed deals. In a record contract, it says that the label, if you have not recouped and you want to leave that deal, they could ask you for the money owed that they lost on your ass. They usually don't do it. Why? We'll just sit and wait. We got forever. Maybe you want to make a move, but we don't care. We got forever. Think about it. So now, here's the deal we're going to make. We're not dealing with a record label right now. We're dealing with Meek making a deal with his billionaire friends. They probably invest $100 million and just let it sit too. Like, yo, they're not like, oh shit, I need to return on my milli by the next year. Meek, all you do is this. Do a contract with them. The money that they invested, right? The money that they invested, they will get 25 to 30% interest over a 10 to 15 year period. By the way, way better than the label. The label is taking the majority of the money because they're always adding fees and taxes and, well, not taxes, but they're always adding fees and be like, oh, well, you asked us for a private jet, so we gave you the private jet, and I know it's usually this rate, but we got to put it at this rate, and, since it's like, this blah, blah, is from this album, so, record labels are actually meant, and record deals for traditional record labels are meant that you never recoup. They keep adding all these secret fees to this shit, nigga. It's meant for you to never recoup, nigga. But if you have billionaire friends, you get to make the deal. If you tell them that they give you $15 million, then what's 30% of $15 million? Let's do the math. 15 times 0.3. If you could guarantee them, goddamn it, $20 million in 15 years, that's a higher yield than usually invested in most index funds on the stock market. In that amount of time? Well, let me not say most index funds, but still, that's not that bad. Remember, these are your guys. You're in private jets with them. You're doing jump rope, skip rope, double dutch. They're billionaires. It's only 50 milli. We're going to Drake IG in a second. That's my point. And I'll wrap this up by saying, if I was Meek Mill, I would find a way to get $20 million. And I would do what exactly the labels are doing, except I own it all. Except later on, I own all the masters and all the publishing, and I could sell those. What they make money off is the actual sales of the music and streams. And they'll wait up to 15 years to make their money back because traditional